So I'm gonna put a red and a yellow spring back on. I'm gonna put myself in Pilates B. I need to be able to push out and in with the ball of my foot touching my platform and the heels touching together right in the middle. So let's see if we can bring our dumbbells and let's push out, arms out. The second they go out, your arms are trying to go over the crown of the head, and then you see if you can sit up with tall posture and then push out. Taking a moment of hold where we only go right arm only. Come back in. Go back to the top where we move in and out. Eventually hold the legs straight, left arm only. Go back through the cycle. When you feel ready, we'll push the carriage all the way out, and then we'll go double arms going down and up. And then when you're ready, we'll close the carriage all together. So once we're here, we're gonna see if we can lighten the load and go back to more planking. I'm gonna put my yellow or my green spring on, and I'm gonna see if my heels can push right next to the box. Hands can go onto the rail or the cushion platform. That's completely up to you. If you were standing on your platform already, it's gonna make a lot of sense that it's already down. So I would just bring my legs all the way out, and let's see if the hips can go all the way up. So it's gonna go plank to pike from your mat, and then we'll do the bend and extend of bear. So combine both, and then eventually isolate one. So whether you isolate hips going up and down, or you choose, you might isolate bear going all the way in and out. Either way, combine them with your feet wide, sit down and take a break, and then do a very similar combo using both, and just simply slide your feet together and keep your heels up against the box. So if you have more time, you're gonna let yourself flip your box around the opposite direction. And a green spring is probably gonna be the best thing you could do because you do need support, although what we're about to do is gonna be hard. So if you can see, I'm gonna show you doing it on a really light spring. I have not so much control over my strap, and what they're gonna be doing is serving the platter while floating. So if mine's too light, I'm gonna have a hard time balancing and holding myself in this C curve. So a green spring is probably actually gonna be more supportive, even though it's harder to push. But I can by all means scoop myself back on my box. My feet are resting on the carriage, and I can do serve the platter from here. So if someone's learning to practice, then you make sure you're watching. They do one leg at a time, and then they switch halfway through it. You would just have to be sure that you would cue that. Otherwise, I push out and in. I have full permission to go teaser all the way out and all the way back in, elbows to ribs, and then reaching out to your tippy toes. We don't want the ankles and all that dropping. So if you see that happening, just cue them to put their feet down. That move's not for everybody right now. This is just as much arms and abs. I'm only here if my ankle bones can stay aligned with my knees and my legs aren't wobbling everywhere. So if I try to kick out and I'm losing control, that's not for me. I just stay right here. If I can see that I'm easily doing this, then I let myself stretch the legs all the way out with control, bend the knees back in with control. Push, and then pull. So you want the control, okay? Take a long, long breath, and then we're gonna do the same thing, but it looks like hug a tree in my C curve or floating if you can. You choose which one you want. You probably don't need to kick out and in for this one today, but that doesn't mean someday they wouldn't be kicking out and in at the same time that you're opening the carriage and the arms out and in.